Good morning. Look what I found. Well, actually, Richard found it. He's going to claim the credit. And we're slightly off the track of where I was going to start from. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. I'm so happy. Finally found waratahs. Hi, Walter. Hi, Karina. And this bush has so many waratahs on it. Look at this. We're going to look up, look up, look up, look up, look up. Look up there. Grab that one as a postcard. It's truly gorgeous. And for those who don't know, the waratah is the state flower of New South Wales. There we go, look at that. Look at these ones here. There's like a triple head over there. Yeah, no worries, Jane. I'll see you soon when you get back. Grab that postcard before you go. All right, I'm going to head towards the trail. Okay, so obviously we're a few minutes early. I'm not sure if I've met you before, Karina. I'm not sure. Do I recognise your name? You're in Connecticut. And Walter. Look at this gorgeous little thing. This is called a silky flag. Hi, Kari. Oh, Kari, I have to go back and show you what I just showed the others. Oh, we're only a few minutes. Let me just go back and show you. No falling today, Linwall. I brought my husband along for the tricky bits. Yeah, but check that out. That's our waratah, our famous waratah. And I was just showing you, when you joined, we've got a few of these little purple ones popping up. It's quite meadow-like here. And I'll just zoom in on those. I won't go over close. There we go. These are called the silky flags. Hi, Trisha. Trisha's our New Zealand guide. And we're still trying to catch each other's tours. It absolutely bucketed down last night, and we had thunder and lightning, and the rain was tipping down. I think there might have even been hail. So this track is going to be a little bit soggy, a little bit wet. Look at this. Very muddy around here. And let me show you the trail that we'll be walking on today. I am familiar with part of this trail. I used to actually do park run. I used to fall a lot on park run as well, Kari. Hi, Bob. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous today. Look at this. So this is where we are. Hi, Bronwyn. We're at the North Lawson Park. So if you've done any of my tours before, you would already probably be familiar with the fact that the Blue Mountains is built along a ridge from east to west. So the villages kind of fall away on either side of the ridge. So we have North Lawson and South Lawson, and these are the walking trails and fire trails. And we're currently here. I live over that away. And we're going to walk along this fire trail and then up along this walking track out to Echo. I thought it was called Echo Bluff, but they're calling it Echo Point on this map. Hi, Connie. Hi, Lisbeth. So this is where we're going to head off into. We'll start walking down there shortly. Let me just show you a little bit. It is a residential area here. Hi, Louise. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Laura. And the second Laura. Welcome to the two Lauras. And Julie. Good morning, Julie. So at this point here, we're standing on a bit of a hilltop. That's where the high voltage wires go down. They cross the valleys from one village to the next. And I was just showing everyone before the others arrived. This is what's left after all the rain we had last night. Thanks for the follow, Elizabeth. Hi, Rita. All right, let's turn this camera around. We've got 19 seconds to go. Official start time. Good morning, everyone. My name's Lynn, if you haven't met me before. And I am often based in Sydney. For the time being, I'm based in the Blue Mountains. And today we're in Lawson, which is in the Mid-Mountains. So before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Darug and Gundungurra people and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And today we're doing a little bit of a bushwalk. What we're going to do is try and find some of the beautiful Australian native flowers. Hi, Charmaine. Charmaine's our guide in Florida. So far I've spotted 2 guides on our tour this morning. And Charmaine, I'm really sorry I missed your first tour the other day. I just had to pause for the kookaburras. That's okay, you're not really late. The other day I had every intention of being there for your first tour. I hope it was a success. Something came up and I was unavoidably taken away and couldn't be there. Sorry about that. Hi, Gregory. Here we go. Look at the way the sun glistens after rain on the foliage over here. And these plants are called mountain devils. I'll see if there's any flowers starting to come out on them. There's a reason they're called a mountain devil, and it's to do with the shape of the nut, the seed pod. You see, is that one there? No, that's just oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's 2, in fact. Right, so this is what the seed pod looks like. Can you see that? It's like a little horned devil. Just there. And there's another one. Where is it? Where did I see it? Got to focus. Focus on that. Try and focus on it. It's not going to focus. It's trying to go for the background. And there's a little green one here. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to see because of the background, contrast against the background. But that little first seed pod I showed you with the shape of like a little horned devil, and that gives it its name, mountain devil. Right, I'm looking for another waratah. Those who just joined would have missed. I found a spectacular waratah before we actually started on the trail. Oh, there's that kookaburra again. Where did he go? There's another one. Where are they going? Where are they going? I'll try and spot them in the tree. If we can get an up-close shot of the kookaburra, that would be fabulous. If I keep walking at this pace, it's going to take me 2 hours to do this trail. But I'm spotting things for you or trying to. Okay, let's pick up the pace a little bit. We'll keep an eye out for those kookaburras. Hi, Marco. Hi, Ray. All right, so here's some lovely little native Australian flowers. I need to get this battery pack out of my pocket so that I don't tug on the cord. This one's a really pretty little flower. Do need to zoom in on it so that you can see it. It's so dainty, so tiny, so dainty. I have no idea what it's called. Okay. Yeah, the colour's so pretty, isn't it? Oh, this one is special. This one is called a sun orchid. Now let me see if I can get a good shot of it because it's kind of tucked in behind that tree there. Wait on. This is beautiful, this flower. All right. Is it in focus? I'm having trouble seeing. It's a gorgeous little flower. So pretty. Let me see if I can see around the other side of it. There we go. I'm not going to try and do a vertical shot because I'm standing with my feet at an awkward angle down low to the ground. Is it in focus? Okay, we're going to get away, get back. I think we'll see more of them in possibly easier to get to spots. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one right here. And look at the raindrops on it. Okay. And I'm quite liking the light shining on this. That one I think is called the drumstick. And right beside it, gee, we're going slow, aren't we? Up beside it is the spider flower, grevillea. And I think this particular one is unique to North Lawson, to this particular area, from what I read. It has a name that includes Lawson somewhere in its botanical name. There were two kookaburras went up into one of these trees and I can't spot them. All right, let's pick up the pace a little bit. This is let's keep you interested, everyone. Lovely morning here in Lawson. So this is literally, I mean, I could have walked here, but it would have taken me about half an hour. It was a 5-minute drive to get to here from where I live. Yeah, I'm looking for them too, Curry. They weren't posing for us, were they? So this is lovely. And I'm trying to remember what its name is. It doesn't have unfortunately it doesn't have a common name. It's only got a botanical name that I know of. But that's really pretty, really vibrant colour, the red and the yellow. So you can see that there's more of that tucked away in there underneath this big old banksia. So that's the banksia tree. I'm not seeing any new flowers on the banksias yet. I'm fairly sure that they flower later than most of the spring flowers. Here's this little purple flower again. Did you hear those two bird calls? Well, this is quite interesting. Who likes mossy photos? Look at this. This is really cool. So I don't know if you know the hiking trick that if you're lost in the bush or lost in the forest, hang on, I just need to get a shot that's exposing well for us. If you want to know what's north or south, the moss grows in the northern hemisphere on the north side of a tree. And of course in the southern hemisphere it grows on the south side of the tree. That's beautiful, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Alrighty, let's keep moving. I'm on the lookout for something very particular, but we won't find it just yet. We have to wait until there's more water on either side of the path in kind of like a downhill flowing area. And it's actually an insectivorous plant. So it's, it eats insects. It's like the pitcher plant or the Venus flytrap in that respect. So it attracts them with sticky nectar and then closes its leaf around the insect. And they're a gorgeous little plant, so I'm on the lookout for those as well. Now, believe it or not, I'm about to show you a weed. Now, this is some kind of conifer, and they are actually a pest in the Australian bush. The cockatoos love the seeds on them, so they spread quite readily. But of course, anyone who's familiar with pine forests would know that a number of these planted together makes it very difficult for anything else to grow. So they are actually a nuisance because they strangle out our local vegetation. But the bark on this is actually really pretty. There you go. Hi, Joyce. And so the track's getting a bit wet up here. It is going to go downhill a little bit. I'll need to be a little bit careful going along here. But then it will flatten out again. And if we run out of time or we don't make it to Echo Bluff, then it's no big deal. It's still a gorgeous walk. But let me show you what I'm navigating at the moment. So you might need to keep an eye out on the plants and flowers while I watch the trail. Here, look at this. Oh, we do get some bats. In fact, I think Australia has something like, no, I looked up these numbers the other day. The Blue Mountains has around 60 different mammal species. And of those, 25 are what's known as macropods, which are your kangaroos and wallabies and all that sort of thing, including things like little marsupial hopping mice and what have you. We've got the echidna and the platypus. And then there's something like 25 different species of bat in the Blue Mountains. But they don't congregate in the numbers that you might have seen in colonies that tend to strip the trees. I know that Elizabeth showed on one of her tours about a year ago the bat colony down near Manly, and I think Alex visited one in Melbourne somewhere as well. We don't seem to have that in the Blue Mountains. Right, let me show you this lovely tree here. Gorgeous eucalyptus, really beautiful. See if I can frame that nicely for you. Which way should I go, left or right? Let's try both ways. Just the sun glowing on it is really beautiful. That's a scribbly gum. I'll get up close and show you the bark of it in case you're not familiar. Hi, Yuting. So the scribbles on a scribbly gum tree are made by a kind of caterpillar. So look at this. Nature's graffiti. Isn't it beautiful? Up here on the right, look at this. And then against the blue sky. Gorgeous colour the sky is today. Look at that. And another one of these grevilleas. Spider flower. Alrighty. Oh, here's another one of these red and yellow ones. It's interesting. It's not standing still for you though, is it? Let's move on. Hi, Peter. Okay, I'm watching my feet so I don't take any unexpected steps or turns. Look at the sun shining through the leaves here. I love them because they're different. I mean, they're completely different to the really showy European and Asian flowers, but they have their own special. I've got my shadow in the way of that one. How's that? Is that better? Okay. Right, we're going to go over a little dip, and then it gets actually really level out there. Nice and sandy in some spots. Quite easy to walk along. You can see how the track's just washed out with the rain here. Come down to bare rock underneath. Well, those kookaburras didn't come back, did they? And we're also keeping an eye out for more waratahs. I think that's another one of those sun orchids. Let me see. Is that? Oh no, it's another one of the silky flags. Just not quite opened. No, I can't even hear them anymore. Oh well, we did get a glimpse. We got a glimpse. Didn't get a postcard, but we got a glimpse. Let me show you this side of the track where the sun is throwing some interesting light and shadow contrast. You can see the new foliage on this young eucalyptus here, the bright red. Look at that. I'll come back over here, we get a better view of the redness. Hi, Tommy. Let's zoom in on that and see if we can get a nice shot of the. All right, the path is evened out. Now, I'm not sure what sort of gum tree this is, but look, you can see the difference between the one I showed you earlier, the scribbly gum, and this really textured trunk. We're also on the lookout for flannel flowers. Okay, so this is something a bit different. This one you haven't seen as yet. White for a change. I feel like we're at the beach here. It's 700 metres above sea level. Yeah, I don't know where all this sand comes from. Where are all the birds today? I was hoping to hear some currawongs, some rosellas. I haven't heard any yet. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Terry. And Tommy, you're from Ireland. Oh, very different. Very, very different to yours. We're on a sandstone plateau here, so the soil is actually quite impoverished. So the plants that grow here have obviously adapted to those conditions. And although it's very wet at the moment, normally it would be quite dry around here. So this was actually the park run track. Does anyone do park run? And this was actually the easy part of the park run track. This was the bit where we all sort of, took a breather and relaxed a bit as we were running, because it was the easiest section of the track. No nice paved paths for us in the mountains. Alrighty, so the path is going to go down for a bit and it's going to flatten out again. We're not going on this 2-hour circuit, even though it says it's easy. I don't believe them. And this is the part where I think we might see, if we're lucky, some of those insectivorous plants. But first of all, I'm going to very carefully watch my step. Louisiana looks like this, does it? No, we won't see a koala, and we're unlikely to see any mammal activity. Most of our mammals are nocturnal. It's very rare to see a koala in the Blue Mountains. I discovered actually only yesterday that we have the wrong type of gum trees. The eucalyptus that grow in this area aren't to the koala's liking. No, they're very particular. They only eat 1 or 2 different kinds of eucalyptus, and those species don't grow in the Blue Mountains. So no, unlikely to see a koala in the Blue Mountains. If we do, he's probably lost. And someone asked me about snakes. I discovered that on the bus tour yesterday, Jane, when I was on the Explorer bus. The driver gave us that fact. I always wondered why we didn't see koalas in the Blue Mountains, and now I know. Someone asked me about snakes. Not yet. Snakes will all be hibernating until the weather warms up a bit. Although I have seen some Facebook activity mentioning snake finds. Our local snake catching person was called out the other day to a house where he picked up 2 copperheads. They're poisonous. Then he was called away to another property and picked up a tiger snake, which is also poisonous. So they are coming out. But to be perfectly honest, in the more than 20 years I've lived in the Blue Mountains, I think I've seen 2. They're more scared of us than we are of them. The best thing to do when you see a snake is to back away slowly, or even just stand still and just let it pass. Usually they're crossing a path. Okay, so you might be able to see the kind of trail that I'm dealing with here. And Kari, where I fell the other day was nothing like this. It was actually nice and flat and smooth. Probably the reason why, because I wasn't paying attention. I'm less likely to fall here because I'm being extra careful. Just like Crocodile Dundee, you reckon, Tommy? Main difference between here and Crocodile Dundee country is probably about 4,000 kilometres and the fact that it's in the tropics. But yes, there are a lot of similarities. Okay, here, look, the path is getting kind for us again. And I love these two gum trees over here on the right-hand side. Actually, there's a lovely one on the left as well. Let's stop for a moment and just have a look at these gorgeous trees. There's one over here on my left. Get a good spot for it. And now these two over on the right. If I get into the right spot, they almost look like two figures going in for a hug. Where is it that I saw them from the other day? Round about here. Round about here it was. Maybe here. Let me see. I'm not sure I'm quite finding the spot that I stood in the other day. They are lovely trees anyway, look at that. I might just go off the track. Thanks for the follow, Tommy. There we go. They're rather lovely, these two. Okay, so here's a different colour. Where was it? Different colour. We've got the pink one here, the grevillea, and then over on my right, it's not very profuse. That's the only thing. It's a white one or a pink one. There. Here's the pale one. Okay, now just around this bend is where the track gets really tricky. You can see this tree's been hollowed out by fire. Probably a lightning strike has caused that. Because normally if it's bushfire, it would be burnt on the outside. When it's hollowed out like that, it's usually been caused by a lightning strike. So, with that thunderstorm that we had last night, I'm wondering how many lightning strikes there were in the Blue Mountains last night. And luckily the ground is very wet. And look at this one. And I think if any fires started last night, they wouldn't have taken. I wouldn't have thought. All right, so this is where I really need to take care. I want you all holding my hand. All right, so this bit here's the tricky bit. Did I go around this the other day? Okay, which is going to take my camera while I negotiate this bit. Am I being watched? No. All right, I'm sure you loved watching me very inelegantly descending that section of the track. No postcards, please. Doesn't go for very far. Just that this bit is tricky, that's all. The worst part about it is you have to come back up again. Sorry, I'm not reading your comments at the moment, but I will catch up with them. Okay, where are we? There was one point where I did have to go off the track because it was safer, but we're not quite there yet. All right, Richard's taking the camera again for me. Hang in there, guys. Not much further to go. I'm not sure if you can hear me all the way back here. Okay, I've caught up. Right, I'm back again. What did I miss? Just had to take a photo of you. All right, so not too far to go. There's one last tricky section, and then the track levels out again, and we'll be heading towards a large rock platform called Bluff. And as I said, I'll catch up with the chat when we get down through this challenging section. I don't want to be distracted from where I put my feet. My husband's looking at the track going, you must be kidding, right? And now he's shaking his head. He's going, what, you came down here by yourself? Look at this beautiful gum tree here. Look at this. Oh, thanks, Gregory. And if I missed any other tips while I haven't been watching the chat, I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. It's always welcome and gratefully received. The funny thing is that when I came down this track the other day, I had already been down the wrong path, which was even more difficult than this. So I was pretty, I was pretty worn out by the time I tackled this one the other day. And when you embark on this track, it says 1 hour return, easy. So you just go, okay, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I've come this far. I was using Google Maps and it was saying, yeah, 4 minutes till the end. You haven't got far to go. So we persisted. Well, I persisted. Look at the water running off this rock here. Gregory, you're insinuating that I might have told a porcupine, calling it a soothing stroll. I did mention that it was also a cardio workout, didn't I? Right, this might be the bit where no, it isn't. What did I do here? Let me see. Did I go inland here? I think I might have. Yeah. We're going off trail to avoid that section. and we'll come back down through here. Okay, that's what we avoided. We avoided this. Elizabeth, you're laying down on my behalf. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, this is a big step. There we go. This is the bit where I think I probably should have worn gumboots. Why does it feel further than I thought it was? All right, we're not going to step in this. Here we go, look. Now I feel like I'm walking along a riverbed for sure. Okay, that's where we're headed. And we're nearly there. Okay, here we go, down through here. Whew, there's some insects down here. We're going to cut across the path here over to there. This track was definitely not this wet when I came down before, and understandable with all the rain that we had last night. Here we go, there's a nice shot. Look. We don't have deer in Australia, Elizabeth. Well, we do. We do have feral deer. They're deer that have been brought out here for, well, I guess shooting sports, and have gone wild, and they can cause all sorts of problems. Down in the national park south of Sydney, Jane would probably be familiar with those deer down there. They compete with the local wildlife and cause all sorts of destruction to the local bush. It's definitely more challenging when there's water on the path like this. Anyway, it's a pleasant walk. And as I always say, I'm your legs and you're my camera. So looking forward to all those pictures, all those postcards that you've all been taking. Not the inelegant ones, just the pretty ones. All right, I know I've said it about 3 times already, but it's not far now. I'm going to take my jumper off in a minute. Back again. Here we go. Look at this gorgeous tree here. This, I think, is Sydney red gum. It is quite a walk, Charmaine. And get back to what we were doing, slushing through puddles. See, this part of the track is lovely. Look at this. Listen to the birds. Joyce, that was my husband. I asked him to join me on this tour in case I took a fall because I know what I'm like. And yes, he was holding the camera for me. Here's another tree that's been hollowed out from the inside by fire. So again, it must have been a lightning strike. I think this one's on its way out. Its leaves are looking very pale at the top there, and there's not many left. I'd say this one's not long for this world. Yeah, I knew if I was going to do this tour, I needed someone with me. First time I did it, I didn't walk with a gimbal. I just walked, so I had two hands free. So we've reached Echo Bluff. So let me just walk around the top of it. It's not a viewpoint, it's just a really lovely space in the middle of the bush. I'm fairly confident of my ability, Charmaine, and I know what I'm capable of. So that's why I took the decision today to make sure I had someone with me. But I often do the walks alone. And here we are. It's an interesting rock chasm there. I'm hearing some lovely bird calls. Let me find a spot to sit down and I'm going to catch up with all your interesting chat. Hey, see, Richard's got my bag now as well. He took that off me. Do you reckon I can jump across here? I reckon I can do that. It's not that far. And the lichen on the rock. Kari says hi, Richard. Here we go. And then we can look down from here into the gorgeous bush. We're not going any further than this. I don't even know if there's any trails down there. Right, jump her off. Right, what time do we have? That's 51 minutes. I was going to do this tour return in an hour. Boy, that was wishful thinking, wasn't it? All right, let me find a good spot to sit down. There's a great rock here somewhere for sitting. Where did that go? Where is it? Maybe this one over here. Well, okay, I promised a soothing stroll. I apologise for that. Part of it was soothing. But it is lovely, you have to admit. This bushland is beautiful to walk through. Okay, I'm going to take it back a bit and I'll be sort of reading through the comments while I sit here. So just enjoy this sense of, come on, this is the sense of tranquility part. How far back do I need to go? And hi, Garston. I missed you joining, and Leo. And Louise, yes, it was definitely not so much an old riverbed, but a watercourse of some sort, only temporary. It's a little bit treacherous, Kari. And I saw that where you said you had to take a photo of me, Jane. And you too, Elizabeth. I'm sure they look wonderful. And I hate seeing photos of myself. I was so busy watching you, I didn't think to snap a picture. Thank you, Kari. Please. Could you go back and do it again? Well, I am going back up the hill in a moment. How long I've got you staying with me, I'm not sure. I wonder who determines easy. Well, I'm guilty. Well, the track description, yes, you're right. I mean, I took another walk that I was contemplating doing for Hago at Wentworth Falls, and it does end up at a stunning lookout of the waterfall. But I tell you, it was described as easy, and those steps were, no, I'm just not going to do it. Not on these old knees. Hi, Robert. Cardio isn't giving us heart attacks watching you. I do enjoy it out here, and I feel like I'm missing out when I live in a place like this and I'm restricted to just the really easy paths. I really feel like I'm missing out on so much. So I do like to attempt to do some of these trails. And more rain is on the way, yeah. Jane, I think we've got more rain coming in an hour or two. And we're about to tackle the road down to Megalong Valley. I just hope it doesn't get too heavy. Have deer down here, they eat the gardens. Yeah, I thought you might. That's right, I did say that. I would go wild too if someone took me someplace else to shoot me. Yeah, well, that's a fair point. Now you need to introduce him to us. Done, tick that one off. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate the support, I really do. And this place is beautiful. Thanks so much for bringing us here. Nice to meet you, Richard. See you again soon, Lynn. No problem. Look, I will finish off here. I've made it a 60-minute tour. We're almost at that now, and that'll give us the chance to walk back and just concentrate on the path as we're going back uphill. So let me turn that camera around. And thank you all once again for joining me on my walk. I always welcome your company, and sorry it was a bit of a a heart starter kind of trail, but we enjoyed it, didn't we? All right, so if you've got any beautiful postcards that you'd like to share in the Facebook Voyagers group, please do. I always love to see them. Here we go. What's behind me? Here's where I'm sitting, just sitting on a rock out in the bush. It's really lovely. Birds are singing, sun's shining. What more could you ask for? Have a fabulous day, everybody. All right, let's turn the camera around for one last look at the bush. Okay, bye everybody.